What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Seth the Lawn Surgeon, and today we're going to be talking about the power of belief. Yes, the power of belief. A lot of people don't believe in that. They don't believe that if you believe in something hard enough, you can make it happen. I'm going to be going over a whole bunch of stories about times when I didn't believe that something could happen, didn't believe that I could do something, but I think the power of my belief made it happen. So stay tuned for that. And also, you already know what time it is. Tipsy Talk. Alright, people. First things first, I gotta get y'all prepared because I think this might be a new thing. Some people kind of liked it. So the shots are back, people. You focus. The shots are back. So I got 2 shots, and I'm gonna talk to y'all what's in here. It's nothing light work, but I'm just letting y'all know so y'all can get y'all shots ready. I got me a Michelob in this cup, and I got 2 shots right here. So in case you guys want to get your shots ready, then y'all can go ahead. And hold on right quick. Let me silence my phone because I am so unprofessional. I didn't think about doing that before I started this video. Alright, let me tell y'all what shots I got in here. Let me let this focus. Gotta get this to focus, man. Can you focus? I got this right here. I don't know if y'all ever heard of this bourbon. It's called Larceny. And it's called Larceny because it's 92 proof, 46% alcohol. If you don't know about alcohol or bourbon, that's pretty strong. But the history behind this, the cool history behind this is that my very first time going to GIE, me and my wife set up a tour at Evan Williams distillery. They make bourbon, and you know, we went through the tour and we get to the end of it, and to come to find out, not only does Evan Williams make Evan Williams, which everybody knows Evan, I mean everybody who drinks bourbon knows Evan Williams, but they also make a host of other bourbons, including Larceny, which is a more expensive bourbon because it's stronger, you know. And but the fact of it, if you look at it, you wouldn't know. It doesn't say anything about Evan Williams on it, you know. And the whole reason I'm telling y'all this story is because one day, the reason I tell you all these off the wall business concepts and stuff is because I dream of being that type of business where I have multiple businesses where you don't even know, like you know, a lot of people would think I would be like Seth the Lawn Surgeon, Seth the Car Cleaner, or Seth the Car Wash, you know what I mean? Like, I would try to use my popularity from this one business to grow another business, but I don't want to be like that. I want to have sustainable businesses all on their own, and you know, nobody will ever know. Just like this, you would never know unless you did research that this was made by Evan Williams. I'm not looking forward to shooting it, but anywho, that's how I want my business to be. But in order to get there, I have to have that belief, because right now I'm just a small lawn care company. But I want car washes, I want rental properties, I want all these other things, and all these is going to be separate LLCs, separate entities on their own. But it all starts with belief, and that's why I want to talk to you guys about the power of belief. Now, this can be a long one. I can tell you right down right now, because I'm gonna go over some like stories of situations in my business where I definitely didn't believe things would happen. You know what I mean? My logical mind was like, it's no way that I can ever buy that, or there's no way I could ever get to that point in my business. But I knew in my heart I had to keep believing and pushing with my heart, and I made a lot of things happen. Alright, so let's start from the beginning. Rewind. Make sure y'all got your shots ready. I got mine ready. Let's go back to 2012. If y'all go back to my very first video, which was in 2013, that was my second year of kind of lawn care. That was my first official business year. I don't want to say official business year. That was my first business year. My first official business year was 2014. But 2012, at the time, all I had was a Murray lawnmower that I used to cut my yard. And I had my Dodge Magnum with a little 4x6 trailer. My dad asked me to go to my uncle's house because my uncle couldn't get around to cut grass. And he ended up giving me his mower, and I went home. I saw in his neighborhood where all the yards needed to cut. Went home, made flyers, came back the next day, handed out flyers. Somebody called me that same day, and that customer was my very first customer. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit more details about this first customer, because this first customer is what caused me to buy my first riding lawnmower. Which a lot of the stuff, I'm gonna tell y'all like this, right? Because I don't want y'all to feel alone. Like, I don't want y'all to feel like I always had money. No, I was broke. That's why I was out there cutting yards for $25, $30. You know what I mean? With a push mower. You know, and that's all I had. I was using my Murray that I had to cut my grass at home, and then the yard machine that I got from my uncle, because I was cutting his grass, he gave it to me, and I started using that for my business, right? So I went to that first customer, and my first lesson I learned was not to make sure you walk the whole property, because I quoted her $25, came back to cut it, and the backyard was like a hill that was like straight up. So I'm struggling cutting this thing. But anywho, I cut her yard for $25. Then she tells me, oh, you did a good job. I have another rental property I'm trying to get ready to rent out. Could you go over there and give me a quote on that? So I told her $40. Which, like, hindsight now, probably be an easy $55 property. But with $40, I was starting out. Had to push mow it with my yard machine, right? And it took me 2 hours to cut this yard. I never forget. The whole time I'm cutting it, I'm like, bro, I need some type of riding mower, right? Mind you, I didn't know anything about lawnmowers at this point. I didn't know anything about lawnmowers. I got home, I went on Craigslist, and I'm looking for some type of mower, right? And so let me paint this picture for you guys, right? I always look at everything. Sometimes you go through things at the moment, but you don't realize how significant they are when they happen, right? At the time, right, I couldn't afford to buy no ride mower. I was looking online, $600, $700, $1,000, $1,200, $1,500. I'm like, bro, like, all the money that's in my bank account I gotta use to pay bills. Like, I don't have hundreds of dollars laying around to pay. So I went online, I'm looking, and the best deal I could find was something that was running was for $400. It was a 94 Murray hydrostatic garden tractor, right? And I didn't know what hydrostatic was. It ended up being pretty awesome for me. But yeah. I didn't have the money for it. So I got paid at like the beginning of the month. And I had money that I was going to have to use in the middle of the month for my car note. About $200 and something. $300 or something like that. So I took that money plus some other money that I was going to have to pay for like a light bill or something. And I took that money out the bank and I went to buy this mower. So let me tell y'all, I get the address to this house where this mower's at. And I'm like, dang, sound familiar. So I'm driving and I'm like, bro, like, I grew up in this town, huh? I grew up in this neighborhood, bro. I grew up on this street. Drive past the house I grew up on, go up the hill, and right behind it, the person that's living in the house, behind the house I grew up in, is selling this mower. And I knew the people that lived there, but they don't live there no more. You know, of course, we don't live there no more. I lived in this house from 85 to 2005, mind you. And this is like 2012 or something like this. And the crazy thing about this is, when I was growing up in this house, we had an acre of land. I used to have to cut that thing with a push mower every 2 weeks. Never forget. And my dad had a ride mower, but he didn't know how to fix it, right? So my mom would tell me, like, every Saturday, like, oh, you gotta cut that grass before you can go play. Because I used to be out with my friends playing football, basketball, whatever. So I get out there every morning, Saturday, and I push mow a whole acre of grass. And at the time, I hated it. But how ironic was it is I'm here back as an adult 15 years later, buying a ride mower in the house right behind the house I grew up in, and behind the house that I was push mowing a whole acre of land. How ironic is that, bro? I don't know what kind of sign that was, but that had to be some kind of sign, you know? So I test drove this mower, and I bought it. Best mower, lasted me a year. It lasted me a year until it just started leaking oil, you know. But I guess the power and belief in that story is that I didn't know how I was gonna pay for that $400. You might be like, $400, that's it. When you broke, you broke. I didn't know how I was gonna pay for that, and I just had to believe that I'm gonna buy this mower. It's gonna run good enough for me to make enough money by the end of the month to pay back my car note, and I did. You know, so the power of belief helped me achieve that, right? So to that, we can do our first shot right here. So I hope y'all got y'all shots ready. Hope y'all got y'all shot ready. Good old bird dog, but it's not bird dog in here. It's larceny. Let me take another look at this bottle. 92 proof. Power of belief. That's what we cheersing to. Cheers. Wow. That is smooth. You know, I've always seen larceny, and I always knew the story behind it, but I've actually never bought it. I'm assuming it's 92 proof. It was gonna burn. Last week I was shooting some 40% Rebel, 40% alcohol. This is 49%, and that thing was potent. That is smooth. That's some dangerous stuff right there. Wow. All right, next story, baby. Next story. Power of belief. All right, so just like I told y'all, I didn't know how I was gonna get that garden tractor, 94 Murray. It lasted me for about a year. Then I saw that the oil was leaking, and I saw this right at the beginning of the season, right? And my first year doing lawn care, that 2012, I'll tell you how much I made without barely trying. With a yard machine and a 94 Murray, I made $3,000, which I was amazed. I'm like, bro, I made $3,000, and I was just playing around with this. I had about 5 yards, 5, maybe 7 yards. You know what I mean? Like, I was just playing around with this. Imagine if I actually put effort into it. And so that's how I went into 2013. That's why I made my YouTube channel 2013. And I said, I'm going to go full hard. Pause. I'm going to go full speed. There we go. Yeah. I'm going to... Forget that statement. I'm gonna try my best. There we go. I'm gonna try my best and see what happened. But then at the beginning of the season, right before the season started, I saw that the Murray was leaking oil in the engine. So I'm like, dang it, I need to get another mower. You know what I mean? And at the time, I think I had a Discover card, but it was maxed out. And of course, if I didn't have enough money, $400 the year before, you know I won't have enough money a year later to buy a whole new mower. So, but I believed, you know what I mean? I felt like it was just meant for me to do this business. My mind didn't believe. My mind didn't know how I was going to get a new mower, but my heart did. So, I'm racking my brain. I'm at work, you know, how I'm going to get this mower, blah, 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 blah. And then a light bulb goes off in my head, and I'm like, huh. I remember back in 2010 when I had excellent credit. I applied for this American Express card, but I never activated. Like, I literally applied for, you know, you get it in the mail. Oh, you can apply for this, you get such and such interest rate. I applied for it. I got it in the mail in an envelope. I never opened it. I put it somewhere, but I never activated the card. I had a perfectly functioning credit card, but I never activated it. So I got home from work. I'm ripping everything out. Where is that? Blah, blah, blah. Found the envelope. So I opened it up to see what was my credit limit. $2,500, bro. I thought I hit the jackpot. I thought I hit the jackpot, baby. $2,500? Shoot. So I was like, all right, you know, let's go. You know, first thing I said, I'm just gonna upgrade this garden tractor. I'm gonna go get a brand new garden tractor that I can take care of. So one thing that caught my eye was Husqvarna. So because all I know is Lowe's, and mind you, at the time I don't know anything. I don't know the difference between residential or commercial mowers. So my peak of lawnmower knowledge is Lowe's. I don't know nothing about dealers or nothing like that. So any mower that I'm gonna buy is gonna be at Lowe's. So I go to Lowe's. I'm looking at this Husqvarna for $1,600. I'm like, man, I got that. I got $2,500. So I go to Lowe's like 2 times, and I tell my wife I'm use this credit card, buy this mower. You know, this is my next step in my business. But every time I go to Lowe's to look at this Husqvarna, there's this other mower sitting right beside it, and it's red. It's catching my eye. Y'all know how I feel about red stuff. So I'm like, man, this mower looks nice, but it's like a one of them whatchamacallits, them zero turns. You know, I never used one of them zero turns. And it was a Troy Bilt Mustang. And so I'm like, man, but that thing is $2,300, and this Husqvarna garden tractor is $1,600. You know what I mean? Like, I could get this Husqvarna. It would leave me enough money to do other stuff with it. You know, buy some trimmers or whatnot, you know. But I say, you know what? I'm probably going to outgrow this garden tractor in a year. And if I'm going to go hard, if I'm going to go full speed in this business, then I need the best available equipment possible. So I said, I went up to that register. Mind you, I'm broke. So if I'm like, I don't know how much tax is going to be on this. It's $2,300 for this mower, and my credit card is $25. So I'm hoping that this thing is under $25. Scan it, bloop, 24 something. I'm like, let's go. Let's go. So yeah, it had to be, maybe it was like $22.99. I rounded up to 23, but anyway, it came up to like 24 something, maybe high 24s. Perfecto. But the power of belief, people. I didn't know how I was getting a new mower. That mower propelled me. Not only propelled me in my business, it propelled me on my YouTube channel. It was one of the fastest growing videos that kind of propelled me. If y'all go back to all my beginning videos, y'all see that. And so that power of belief, I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't know how I was going to get a new mower, but I got it. And so yeah. So like I said, I got 2 more stories. I'm gonna stop this video right quick, and then I'm gonna come back with another video, because these videos are only a certain amount, and I don't want to get cut off on my next story. So 1 second, and we back. All right, so power of belief. What's another big story of power of belief? I'm gonna tell y'all 2 more stories. One about how I got my big trailer, and then 2 how I got my commercial equipment. Alright, so like I told you, I started off with I've been blessed so much with this business. Like, I feel like this is meant for me, this business. So I started off, my first setup was a Dodge Magnum with a 4x6 trailer, right? Then I was at Lowe's again, and I saw this trailer for like $500, right? It was a 5x8 trailer. You know, it was a little bit bigger. So I said, man, I could fit a little bit more stuff on this 5x8 trailer. So I saw that it was like $500 and some, and then they had knocked off, they was having a sale, so they knocked off like $100, right? And so it was like $400 some. So I said, all right, I'm gonna get this trailer. So no, It was like $600. It was $600, and then they had a sale. They knocked off like $100. So it went from like $650 to like $550, right? So then when I go to buy the trailer, I said I'm gonna buy it. Of course, doing the same thing I was doing before, was taking money from other places to buy this, because I was like, it was a necessary upgrade. I figured I can buy this trailer and then sell my 4x6 trailer and pay myself back to pay my bills and stuff. So that's how I was planning to do that. So I went to buy the trailer for $550. And at Lowe's, if you buy a trailer from Lowe's, the manager got to come and he got to go outside to get like the VIN number or whatever off the trailer, so he can put on some paperwork so he can take it to DMV. So when we went out there, I noticed that the panel, the fender was scratched up and rusted. Like it looked like it had dropped something on it, and somebody had run it into something, and the whole thing had got scratched up and rusted. I showed that to the manager. The manager went back in and took off, oh, I'm sorry about that, I'll take off $130. I said, what? So a $650 trailer, I ended up paying like $420 for it. And then I went back home and I sold my 4x6 trailer for $400. So that's how I got that. But that's not the story. I was just telling you on my setup. So I got the 5x8 trailer, now I had the Dodge Magnum. Then I ended up getting the Astro van for my dad's friend for $500. So now I got the Astro van and a 5x8 trailer, right? But I quickly outgrew that 5x8 trailer. I quickly outgrew it. So now I'm looking for a bigger trailer. You know what I'm saying? I went from 4x6, now I got 5x8. We can go 5x10, you know. Or maybe I should go 6x12, because I'm like, if I get a 5x10, I'll probably outgrow that just in a year, the same way I did the 5x8. So now I'm online heavy looking for a single axle 6x12 trailer. I'm like that'll be perfect for the Astro van. You know, single axle. You know, I don't have no brake controller. I could probably use the same 4-pin connection. It'll be perfect. So I'm looking for 6x12, 6x12. But of course, mind you, I'm looking for this thing, and I don't got the money. You know what I mean? My target price is $1,000, but I don't even really have $1,000. You know what I mean? I'm cutting grass all summer. I want to say it's like 2014 or 2015, and I'm cutting grass all summer. I think it's 2015. I'm cutting grass all summer, and I've been looking for this trailer for like 2 years, but I'm like, you know, like, how I'm gonna pay for it if I find it? So I couldn't find it. I never forget. I get it to November. Season's winding down. November, and this post pop up. I think on Facebook Marketplace. $7 by $16, 2-axle trailer with a 1.5 sides, mesh sides, for $1,000. I sat back in my seat. I had to read this. I said, 2-axle, 7 by 16, landscaping trailer with a 1.5 sides for $1,000. I'm like, is this a typo? I'm like, you know how sometimes people put a low price to get people to look at your stuff, your posts, and then when you call them, they be like, no, it's really $2,500. That must have been a typo. That's what I thought it was. So I called the guy. He said, yeah, I just bought a landscaping business, and I got a whole bunch of equipment, and I'm just trying to get rid of some stuff, try to liquidate some stuff. You know, so it's just kind of first come, first serve. You know what I mean? If you can get here by a certain, I said I'm on the way. I'm on the way, bro. This thing was clear. Shoot. And I was driving the Astrovan, so it almost took me hours, like 45-50 minutes to get here. It's in this area, but it's like over by Naylor, the way out. I drove over there. I saw the trailer. I tried to haggle him some. I said, hey, and you do 800? Mind you, I know this is a over $2,000 trailer. You do 800? He said, I do 900. I said, you got yourself a deal. $900 for that trailer. Y'all seen my trailer, right? And mind you, this is naked. This is not with all the stuff I done built on it. It didn't have no wood sides or nothing like that. Then I didn't have no. I said, well, what type? I forgot what size hitch I had on, or ball and hitch I had on my van, but it wasn't the correct size. So he said, well, come inside here. So he went inside. He found a hitch with the correct size ball, and he said, well, I give you this for $45 or $50. I said, all right. So I ended up giving him $950 because I got a trailer and the hitch. Put the hitch in, and I had bought some lights, you know those lights you plug into the four-way, and I had to run them all the way back to the back of the trailer, which barely reached. And then they had a magnet, and then basically that was my lights, because I didn't have the right 6-pin connection for it at the time. But that was another situation. It was another situation where my mind, oh yeah, and there was another factor to this. I forgot the most important part. Remember I told y'all I didn't have $1,000? Guess where I got this $1,000 to pay for this trailer? We had saved up money. My daughter had just been born in 2014. This was 2015, and we had started saving up money for this trailer. I mean, for my daughter. And I went to my wife and said, it's the deal of a lifetime. I have to take this money. So I literally took my daughter's money and used it to buy this trailer. And then I came back and sold my 5x8 trailer for $500, and then I had to make back the other remaining money and to put it back with my daughter's money. So like I said, I didn't know how I was gonna make it happen, but I made it happen. You know, and I don't know y'all saying this isn't belief. This is just you stealing money. This is just you taking money. No, I'm making it happen, people. I'm making stuff happen. You can hate if you want to, but I'm making stuff happen. So that's how I got that. That's crazy, bro. Right here. I ain't gonna show y'all because it got my numbers on it, but this right here is my American Express card. I didn't even know it was right here. This is an old one. This one expired, but this one expired in 2020. But this is probably the exact card that I bought my I need to frame that. I bought my Mustang with. Alright, so the last but not least story is how I got commercial equipment. This is a doozy. I don't even know how I did this. But before that, we're going to take our second shot right here. So, hope you got your shots ready. Hope you made it this far. Hope you're still sitting upright. I'm not even afraid of this one right here. That first one was so smooth. Let's go. Bro. That's some dangerous stuff right there, bro. Evan Williams, bro. Wow. Excuse me. Larceny. Anyhow. I got commercial equipment. So alright. So now here's the situation. I'm trying to go in chronological order. Got the trailer in I got the Mustang in 2013. Got the Astrovan in 2014. Got the big trailer in 2015. Then somewhere in there I got the Timemaster, right? Timemaster was $1,000. At this time I was making a little money, so you know I went and got the Timemaster, right? But $1,000 for a Timemaster is nothing compared to buying a $6,000 or $7,000 mower, right? So when I first started my business, 2013, I never forget. I printed out a picture of a Gravely Pro Stance. That's the standard mower, and I printed it out and I put it on the side of my refrigerator, and that thing stayed there, right, for years. 2013, now we in 2016, right? But I had no inkling of how I was gonna get there. You know, I was making a little bit of money, but it was pretty much enough money to make my life easy. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I'm making money to save it and stacking it. Excuse me. It was enough money that, hey, you know, in the summertime I ain't hurting, but in the wintertime I was still hurting. But I still wanted commercial equipment because I felt like I got to that point where I needed it. Because mind you, I was doing a lot of what I told you, pushing the front, riding the back, and that was where I was like push mow in the front. When I first started, I had the Yard Master, and I'll push mow the front, and then I would get on my garden tractor and or Mustang, and I would ride the back. And so that left a nice clean cut in the front. In the back I didn't really care. So I never forget 2016, it rained. Like, you know, we have certain seasons, you know, around here in Central Virginia, you know, they say March is cold, April starts to warm up, and April showers or whatever, and we get some rain in April. Then May starts to get a little warmer. By June, July, it's blazing, you know, and then August is coming back down. September is cool. This particular year, we get into like late March, it's raining. We get into April, it's raining. We get into June, it's raining. It's just non-stop raining. I'm like, bro, this doesn't even make any sense. In June it's supposed to be hot. Why is it still raining? It was just like a rainy season. And so I'm here trying to do my push the front, ride the back with my Timemaster, and I am destroying my Timemaster because this Timemaster is a residential mower and it's not meant to be cutting all this tall wet grass. But that's all I had, and I know my customers wanted a certain result, so I'm sitting there triple cutting, sometimes quadruple cutting, just to make sure I don't leave any clippings behind. You get what I'm saying? Because I can't afford to buy no more. You know, my mind's telling me I can't afford to buy no more, but my heart is telling me, bro, you're gonna get a mower. You're gonna get a mower. So I'm driving, my credit's bad, But I drive past this Toro dealership and I'm like, you know, it can't hurt for me to go in here and apply for some financing. The worst they can say is, wow, you have some bad credit. So I go in this Toro dealership and I apply. Sit down, say I want to apply, blah, blah, blah. I'm waiting hours, sweating there. Thinking they're going to come back. I'm thinking the creditor is going to come back out the back. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sweating. And they come back and they say, you're approved. You're approved for $3,500. But the more you are trying to buy comes up to a grand total of, no, they say you're approved for $3,000. But the more you're trying to buy comes up to a grand total of 47 or something like that. Because I was getting I wanted the Toro T-bar floating deck with the mulching kit, and I wanted I could have got the regular one was cheaper. The one that's not adjustable is one size and you just cut. But I knew, I say, I'm gonna be cutting everything from tall, thick grass to low, crappy grass. So I need the mower to be adjustable. So I had to get the floating deck. That added some money to it. Then I was talking to the guy and I was like, well, I'm just gonna put a flap on the side, you know, like a grass flap, you know, the thing. He was like, well, that's not really mulching, you know. He explained to me how the mower is designed to throw the grass to the right. So if you just put a mulching flap on there, eventually the grass is going to build up on the right side and it's going to wear out your right spindle and all that. He said if you want to mulch up grass without kicking it out, you need to get a mulching kit. And that's an extra $1,000. I'm like, shoot. So, and I'm like, but this is the mower I want. So I said, well, how long do I have? And they told me you got to, like, I forget how much. It was like 2 weeks or something like that. Like, you got 2 weeks to come up with the remainder, which was like $1,700. And you can get your mower. Mind you, I'm still broke. It's 2016. I'm still broke. But I get out there grinding. I don't know how, bro. I could, at the time, I don't even think, in my mind, if you told me to save up $500, I don't think I could do it. But I saw that carrot was dangling on that fishing line, bro. I'm $1,700 away from having a Toro T-bar. I got out there, bro. I was doing all kinds of jobs. 500, 700, and then I got to like $700, and I said I'm not gonna make it. Somebody told me about like one of those little credit places, you know, like the title loan where people take the title of their car in and they get a loan. And I said, well, I'm not taking the title of my car in nowhere to get a loan, but I'll go in there and see what they give me. And they told me, oh, well, we'll give you $800. That's all I got approved for. So I took $800 from this little title loan place, and then I saved up the other like $900. Put that together for the $1,700 that I put towards the $3,000 that I got approved for my for my financing, and I got my T-bar. So that's how I got my T-bar. I didn't know how it was gonna happen, but I made it happen. So the power of belief is real, people. Hard work plays a part, but the power of belief is the most important thing. Like, you ever seen that that cartoon where it's like two guys digging, one guy's above the other one, and the other one's digging, and one person's walking away, but then they're both digging for a diamond, and that diamond is like a foot away, but this person quits. You never gonna get nowhere if you keep quitting. They say success has no choice but to give in if you keep on trying. You know, you have to keep trying. It's like those slot machines. Those slot machines, the casinos wouldn't make money if the slot machines never hit a jackpot. They have to hit a jackpot at some point in time. So you might pull it, somebody might pull it 20 times, but then on that 21st time, it's going to hit a jackpot. So if you're a type of person where you're going to go to this slot machine, pull it 5 times, go to the next one, pull it 5 times, you're never going to win. That's why you see those people sitting there for hours, pulling that slot machine. Excuse me. They don't give up because they know that jackpot's coming. That's how you got to be with your business. You got to believe whatever it is that you want to believe. I believe that one day I'm going to have multiple businesses, multiple streams of income that doesn't involve the Seth, the lawn surgeon name on it. It's going to be a totally different name. I even got some invention ideas. But it all starts with belief, baby. Anywho, hope that helps some people. I know this was long. This had to be like over 40 minutes. I finished the whole beer and 2 shots. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, and stay tuned. Yes, sir.